I'm here with Thijs Van Loon, Senior HR Director at Virgin Media O2. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
First of all, to start off, tell us about Virgin Media O2. I mean, I think people knew Virgin Media, people knew O2.
Absolutely.
Now it's like peanut butter and jelly better together.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like that comparison.
You can use it.
Yeah, I will. No, absolutely true. Because if you look at Virgin Media O2, we have 46 million customers here in the UK. Virgin Media traditionally quite strong in entertainment and in fixed network,
Right.
and O2 was really strong in a mobile sector. So by bringing it together, we can offer even better services to our customers, and that really makes me proud. But of course, came with challenges.
Yes, for sure. Well, let's talk about those challenges of bringing a lot of people know about all the integration parts of bringing two companies together, but two, in some ways, similar industries, different parts of it. But what were some of the challenges that you faced?
So you bring 16,000 people together, and you want these 16,000 people to quickly find their way in a new organization,
Sure.
quickly get to know each other, get used to the new culture, but also you want them to focus on the customer, and you want them to focus on bringing those new products alive that you now can offer because you're combined. So what you want them to do is not spend time on the tedious jobs of asking for holidays in different systems, and at the same time your manager really needs to have the right information at the right time. So you need one single source of truth, so that they can make the decisions on workforce management, on workforce planning, even on a day-to-day basis. And I think that those were one of the many challenges that we faced while bringing people together from a people perspective.
Were the challenges mostly focused on the employee side or the management side or HR or maybe all of the above?
All of the above. It's just what I say. Like employees, they suddenly were faced with new systems. We had legacy systems. They were on different packages. So it was really like, how do you find your way in the new organization? And for that, for example, you need to have clear and crystal clear systems that are unified and not separate systems. So that's one of the first things that we actually did, is we said goodbye to two legacy HR systems and replaced it by Oracle. One of the challenges there is like you have to build everything into Oracle that was in the legacy before you start harmonizing. So that was one of the challenges. The other thing for managers is like I have now suddenly members in my team that came from two different legacy companies. So what are they all entitled to? How do I, for workforce planning, just day-to-day workforce planning, you had to look in two systems rather than one. So that was one of the first things that we really wanted to sort from that perspective. So I think, yeah, literally all of the above. It all came at the same time.
Okay, so we consolidated systems into one.
Yeah.
We come to Oracle, you choose Oracle. What are some of the standout factors that put you in our arms?
Yeah, it's a really good question. And we did, of course, a lot of due diligence and tender work to get to that decision. But personally, I already had experience with Oracle because we, as a sister company in the Netherlands, we used it as well in the very same circumstances, bringing two companies together. And one of the things that I like is the flexibility. And apart from, so you need a good system, you need a solid system, but you also need a flexible system that can actually handle all the peculiarities that we have as a merged organization. The other thing that you need is a company that really thinks along with you, that really comes to you and say like, okay, what is it that you want to achieve and how can we support that from a technological perspective in the best way? And I think that brought us to Oracle. That combination, that specific combination of very exciting roadmap, a really good system that's already there, and people that really come in and think along with you.
So if you had to quantify some of the benefits you've gained from bringing these two systems together, or not systems, but going to one system, what are some of those benefits you've seen?
Yeah, it's really difficult because if you quantify it, you immediately think about productivity. Well, we didn't measure productivity before in the legacy system, so you go onto a new system. However, if I look at, we have a employee engagement survey, Have Your Say we call it. One of the things that came out of the Have Your Say survey is like, I need to do things in different systems. That has really gone to the background. We are right now, because we were the first department within the company to really go into one system, and everybody Of course, there's always complaints how you do it, but actually everybody loved it. The fact that we were the first to merge to one system, people love that. The other thing is, and I think that is quantifiable. So we had a performance management, a new approach that we developed in-house, and then we went to Oracle and said, how can you support us in that? So we built something from scratch, and the uptake is 97%. So 97% of all the people went into Oracle for all the conversations that they need to have, 4 per year, and did a personal reflection and had that conversation with their manager. So 97% on performance management. I've never seen that.
Wow.
And I think that is one of those things where you say like, yeah, supported by the system and a good program, that's what that achieves.
Yeah. If you make it easy for people to do things like that, then you see that sort of engagement.
Yeah.
Now, we've been talking a lot at this show here in London about AI.
Yeah.
How are you starting to think about AI as part of human resource processes?
Yeah, really good question. And I know it's a bit of a buzzword.
Yeah.
But we can't underestimate the impact that AI will have on our company, on other companies as well. What we don't have to forget is we are at the center of AI. We are a tech company. Every query that you do in AI will probably use our network.
Yeah.
So from a company perspective, we have to understand AI, because otherwise we can't make sure that those connections are being made and what's necessary for that. The other thing is AI will touch each and every process in our company. So in order for us to do the right organizational development, to have the right learning programs in place, but also to advise the organization on future organizational setup, we have to understand AI. Now, and from a very practical perspective, one of our approaches is like, if you look at it all together, it's quite overwhelming. However, if you look at it, you look at use cases, what is the business really needing? And in our case, at the moment, it's just improved service to our employees, so improve the employee experience when they call us, when they have queries. So that's why we use Oracle Digital Assistants, for example.
Got it.
And I saw a lot of exciting stuff today that I thought like we need to have that. So that was really cool. And the other thing is like in skills management and recruitment, we are already actively using AI just to make those processes more robust, to have better outcomes, but also to speed up those processes.
Yeah, very exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.